Put your hand up again. Put your hand up again. Put your hand up again. Put your hand up again.
You are a non-mother factor, bitch.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
And I said, do you want to be on the popular side or do you want to be on the thing? I said the popular people. No, you get out of here.
I have to tell you honestly, with Mika, I don't know what the argument was about. I was so drunk that night, and I just felt like when she said popular versus real, it just pissed me off.
We're going to go to the Black Reality TV. And we saw some clips of that earlier. And I would like to know what everybody feels about this Black Reality TV, how it is affecting our people, negatively, positively, if both or either. My brother, Kurt.
It's affecting some people positively because they get the check. That's the only positivity I can see from that. Like the images, and I mean that kind of goes back to the Brazil topic. We're not seeing the images that we need to see in order to be the best person that we always need to be in the future. So, as a young man growing up, if you don't see a positive young man in the community, or you're going to look for a positive man in the community, or you're going to look for a positive man on television. But if all you see is basketball players, performers on television, and you go out in the street and you see drug dealers and pimps in the community, then what are you going to aspire to? And from the clips that I saw with the women fighting, that's the type of behavior I've seen, and I don't condone it. I don't like it, and doing security, when that happens, I have to get involved. And they get upset now that I'm involved. I'm putting my hands on a woman, but if you swinging and fighting like a man, what do you expect me to do? And not to say that there's gender roles that women can't fight and men should, but as far as examples, number one, fight is the last resort. Communication is always first. And if you can't communicate, and they've done studies on this, the majority of the men in prison, majority of people in prison are in prison because they lack the communication skills to express themselves, to express the feelings, to express what they're trying to do, to express what I need you to do so that I don't do what I'm thinking about doing, or what I feel like doing, or whatever. But those images, it feeds a narrative that another part of the culture likes to foster, and savage, and that's not who we are. And we're very intelligent, we're resourceful people. You look at where this country is as far as culturally, you know what African Americans have provided to the country as far as culture is what drives the economy. And music, jazz, dance, the arts industry. Thank you. All the patents that were taken out were actually made by slaves. And
Just in case. Just in case.
A lot of those, because what we're seeing is we're seeing the worst, and they're perpetuating the worst. So they can, in my opinion, so we can stay where we are. And you'll hear it in the political landscape, Make America Great Again. You'll hear it, all over the place. People want to go back to something. And they either want to go back or they want to keep something the way it is. They want to conserve a way of life. And got conservative. And I'm going to stop right there because I'm going off on a tangent. That show, those black reality shows, I think are poison. Bottom line, it's poison, and it's destroying gray matter and neurons and brain cells. Mm-hmm. And kids see that, people see that, and when you bombard it with enough of that information, you assume that that's the right way. It's like when I watched sports as a kid, I emulated what I wanted to be. So if I saw somebody that was spoken highly of and who was good, that's who I want to be. So that's why I'm gonna try to emulate. So when you see shows promoted and you see the promotions, coming on at 9, this one Thursday at 10, and people at school talking about it, people at work talking about, I gotta take it. You check that joint out the other day. You Google it, Hulu it. You promoting it. So I can't mess with it. I don't watch nothing. I don't even know. I heard Real Atlanta Housewives and Basketball Wives. I don't know what's out there. It's trash TV. It's trash and simple. Simply put, it's trash TV. The issue is not, for me, the TV show itself. It's the fact that we embrace it. You can put any drug here that you want on this table. Doesn't mean we at the table. And it's just the fact that for some reason, black people, in my opinion, seem to gravitate toward the negative and negative things. In all aspects. And it's just like, but I say, we talked about another episode, I think it goes back to teaching and communication, where if these shows didn't have an influence in our ethnicity, it wouldn't be an issue. But it does. It does. If there's a fight on the street with these phones now, out of 10 people, this is just a guess, 8 people pull out the phone and record it, and 2 people try to step in and break it up. And I think I'm kind of being lead with the 2. There'll definitely be 1. But you understand what I'm saying? Is it the fact that it's more important now to record this and put it on the net? Instead of someone saying, hold on a second, y'all. Right. Yeah, thank you. It's just not, maybe we should try to break this up. That's not our mindset. That's not our mentality these days. And it's just, all I say is just disheartening that we've gotten to this point. We talked about how, up until about the 80s, where the family was tight, and though we didn't have much, we had a lot as far as spirituality, morality, but it seems like now we're doing better financially, but we're doing way less spiritually, morally, socially, economically, relationship-wise, just in all aspects other than finances. We're just pulling up the rear, and it's just it's I don't know, it's just sad. It is, but that's what it is. It's just trash TV, and the fact that we sit there and watch it as much as we do, and not come out and say, well, hold on a second. We can still have reality TV shows without all the negativity. Why don't we have reality TV shows where we're building each other up? Why don't we have reality where we're encouraging? That's the
That won't sell.
Yeah. That's it. Why it won't sell? Because of our mentality, though. It could sell. I would love to see, I get tired of watching the news and just hear about negativity. I would love to see sisters out here where I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm trying to help other sisters. Yeah, I would love to see that. But as you say, it just doesn't sell because of our mentality. So, that's my guess. Stage.
Well, as the one admitted person who does watch the show, and I do, and I'm not going to lie to you, I watch it mostly because I think for a long time, women, because as you were watching the sports, Sports Center, you were watching TNT, 3, 6, and 10, watching Michael Jordan and all of that, right? The women were, I want to be that woman that's on his arm. I want to be, because the life they must lead, right? And so the one positive that I take away from the show is I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're day in or sleeping or married to the hottest producer, whatever. You're going through the same thing that Tamika down the street is going through. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't care, you could be the chick who was the cutest thing in high school and everybody wanted that girl, and he was the one that ended up with her, and now he's trolling everywhere else. It reminds you that regardless of their status or the circumstance that they're in, they go through a lot of the same stuff that everyone else. So they're not really the ones you should be emulating, so to speak. It's a reminder of that, right? You can be pretty, Botox, fake boobs, whatever you've done to yourself to make you that, ideal woman. You still have the same level of insecurities. You're going through the same level of mess that everybody else is going through. So there's that's the one positive I take from it. That you know better. And me emulating or trying to get where you're, even though I don't, but that women trying to get there, there's no reason for it. Right? Sometimes I just want a break. I don't want to have to think. I think all day. You know what I mean? I come home, I'm thinking for 2 other people. When I go to work, I'm thinking for 500 other people besides myself. Sometimes I just want to have a good laugh. And that's just basically what it is. But there's a difference between, again, being intelligent and being enlightened. You can take the difference from that. You know what I mean? I'm not going trying to settle my problems with this person by wanting to throw down. You know what I mean? Again, it's good TV in the sense of it just gets my mind off of, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta go to this job and deal with this person. For that 45 minutes, because I zoomed through the commercials. You know what I mean? It does that for me. You know what I mean? But again, I make sure when I'm watching it, my daughter's not around me, my son is, I do have Isaiah watch, because again, that's the kind of female you don't want. So it is that, you know what I mean, he gets to see that difference. But I make sure I do it when my daughter's asleep, you know what I mean, because it's not something, again, I want her thinking is okay. Because again, I'm raising her still. She's not where I am. And so in that, there's that difference. But no, it does, I think that for ratings, for money, whatever people are trying to get in on the next big thing, hairdressers, they fighting. You know what I mean? Real estate, they fighting. You know what I mean? And I think, again, like, when I grew up in the 80s, granted, yes, it was only the Huxtables and then a different world, you know what I mean? But the family unity was there.
Yeah.
Right? And then, you know what I mean? They saw the community being very strong, because I really do think that if we did come together and we communicated a lot more, there's nothing. Hispanics wouldn't be the next, you know what I mean, the majority population. You know what I mean? It was always meant for us to be that. However, they have systematically made sure that hasn't been the case. Between it being drugs and, that took us down at the end of the 80s, you know what I mean, to it now being this, you know what I mean? It's that constant way just to continuously break us down, that we are living in that negative, so we don't create and build the way that we need to. You know what I mean? We dilute our pollution, you know what I mean, our population to the point where it is almost extinct. You know what I mean? Soon we're going to be in the zoo, because the reality is you're not going to see too many. You know what I mean? And so in that, again, I think if you come with a different mindset, you're looking at it through a different lens, there is some positivity that can be achieved from it, but it's not how you should be living your life. It shouldn't be the lens for which you know what I mean, you determine what kind of person you want to be.
I think I started looking at some of them, not basketball-wise, too. Yeah, I definitely not basketball-wise. Yeah, because I'm a TV person.
Right.
Never been much of a radio person. I was telling Todd last night, I just got so tired of looking at other folks on TV. I wanted to see somebody that looked like me. So if anybody was black, I just watched her. But the other thing was also the kind of work that I did. My background is radiology, diagnostic and therapy. So after treating cancer patients every day and looking death in the face, I just wanted mindless activity.
Yeah.
I just wanted somebody to make me laugh, somebody to take me away from the reality of death, and something entertaining. Now, folks throwing chairs across the room and breaking each other's nose, that was not the kind of entertainment I was. That was not exactly what I had in mind. So I would watch. I like Reverend Run. And for a long time we didn't have cable. So after the King, my husband, after the King said, all right, I got all the shows and everything. It was the cooking channel. It was the fashion channel. So I just wanted something that I could focus on other than, what was that word? Who was calling me that I hadn't paid quite yet? And what was going on? Mindless activity. But then when I saw what their reality was, I was trying to initially figure out, is it real or is it staged? Do people really go to restaurants and break up all the glasses and jump across the table and pull each other's hair? Do they really do that?
Some of it is still staged. Some of it is staged.
Okay, well that's good because
A lot of it's not, because you can go right on YouTube and you will see plenty of evidence.
gosh, I don't understand. But anyway, I mean, I do get it. I do know that the truth is stranger than fiction. I do get that. But you're right. I was just watching it, not trying to glean any nuggets of truth or anything from it, but keep your kids away from it.
Say no, son. Say no.
Because their mind's not mature enough. See, these ladies are different because they're enlightened ladies.
Well, and we have a filter.
Yeah.
We can filter through it. When it gets really bizarre, I turn it off. Because some of the stuff,
Absolutely.
some of it, well, some of the drama, like I don't watch Scandal. I don't watch How to Get Away with Murder. I don't watch some of that stuff because number one, Scandal moved too quickly, and I found myself getting heart palpitations. I can't watch that stuff at 10 o'clock and expect to go good. I can't sleep. So just the darkness and some of the heinous stuff, I want to know how to get away with it. It is already within us to be dark and to be sinister. And we got that. We want somebody to help us to be enlightened, to think positively. We want to know the secrets of prosperity. I don't want to know the secret to death and destruction. We come here with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no. I'm not trying to feed all that in my spirit and then sleep all night. No. And then go to work with other folk. I mean, I might put on a black raincoat and take his equipment in there with me.
And think how to get away with murder.
Hey man, because it worked, I would do it. Yeah, no. I don't want to do that. So I told you I could do it.
Right?
I could do it. So I don't want to do that. So yeah, I think it has its. If you're not opening up your spirit and drinking all of that stuff in, then you need a little mindless activity, something to take you away from what you just dealt with outside your door. Then yeah. But if you are really trying to plug into that and think that you're going to glean something from that, what my husband calls them rich chicken eggs. That's what they are.
I like that.
They're rich chicken eggs. They are people with money that have not done any better, that have not progressed any further than us. They can just take them a trip more often. Their pocketbooks cost more. Their shoes cost more. Their weaves are better and longer. They still have the filthiest mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Their husbands still cheat on them. You know what I mean? They're not any more respectful to their men than the men don't love them anymore than they do. So it's you're right. They're no better.
They're no better, you're right. But again, you know what I mean? If men were emulating this, what was the women looking for?
Exactly.
And so again, you're looking for those role models, and good or bad, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're trying to glean. Again, if you don't have TV in your house, then you're looking at the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Who wants to be the guy who's pushing the shopping cart, digging through trash, picking out soda cans? No, you're going to be the guy who's got a whole bunch of people around them. You got money to burn. You drive in a hot car. If you don't have the opposite.
It's still, the thing is this, right? What I'm gathering from the sisters is it's more entertainment, right?
If you know what to do with it.
Right. I mean, understandably so, because that's why I got y'all here. So I already know,
Right.
we already know that these sisters are in the know.
Right.
You understand? I'm kind of shocked because I'm a man, and I know that we just don't entertain it. You understand? I get it.
Well, I'm not going to say I ain't sat down and watched the episode.
I gotta concur with the ladies.
Right.
We appreciate
It's
that.
entertaining, though. I gotta.
Not being on the couch by ourselves.
It's trash TV, but I do find it, as you say, when you come home, you just want a nice little laugh. Like,
When you say trash TV, there's a reason for that. See, because whatever you, for the most part, what you think is what you do. What you think is what you want to do. Because somebody can say something to you in the heat of the moment, right? And they're angry with you. And then they say, I didn't mean to say that. You did mean to say that. You probably didn't mean for them to hear that. You understand? But it came from somewhere. It came from your thoughts. So everything comes from within. And with these TV shows, back in the day they used to call them programs because they program you. Once you get repetition and things of that nature, even in music, you know what I mean? You're programmed already. That's how you know the lyrics of all these songs that come out. You know the words to the commercials. Even the commercial. Think about that. This is 2 minutes. We know, right, and we know all the words and what's going to happen visually on those commercials. So it's all programming. And for me, I'm just totally against it because I know that it's systematic. It's systematic genocide, period. Even if you see some Europeans that have these shows, they don't see them as much as you see for us. And that's meant for one of you that said it. That's meant for it. You know what I mean? So we got to be against it. I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, this is just my opinion. We all have that. They say that everybody has opinions. They're like assholes, right? Boom. So, but I'm just saying, I think that for me, I would hope and pray that most of us get away from that garbage and shut them down. Because if we shut them down, the powers that be probably won't have another choice but to put on positive things. Like what you mentioned about quote unquote, I'm just saying, quote unquote Cosby and what was it, Different World, stuff like that. They can come back into play. Because to be honest with you, we set the scale. It's just like in shopping, Wall Street, and merchandise, right? Do you know how much money black people spend? You understand? That's why they always say if you just stop buying for 2 days, if every black person in this country stopped buying for 2 days, you would shut the country down. With that being said, it comes with this programming too. We got to get out of the mindset, man. Europeans, they got us in a bag. You understand? To self-destruct, and that's what we're doing. We're self-destructing. And when you see these sisters on here that represent black women, for the most part, not saying you, okay? They're fighting like men, profanity like men, more tattoos than men, promiscuous more than men. They are men. They're drag queens for the most part. And they looking like it because they got all the crazy weave and the makeup too. So they look like transgender or whatever you want to call it now. You understand? We gotta get out of that, man. It's a bad image. You said image earlier. You know what I mean?
But the question I'm gonna portray to you is, I always come back to 3 little words, 3 little letters. Why? I don't care what's going on. Why is what's going on? As I said, you can fill this table full of drugs. That's not what makes it take. It's about genocide. Right?
That is why. That is why.
I understand what the system is doing. But when all said and done, we are individuals. It's up to us.
But if we're programmed already,
right, but we need to change. That's the whole point. We need to go to who's programming us. Get out of what's programming us. Get to back who needs to be programmed.
That was my point. This needs to be shut down. That's my point.
You don't have to shut it down.
Gotta shut it down.
We just got to get parents back in the household. We got to get out of things. Get out of off of social media, in the back and communicating. You know, I love gangster movies. I've always, since I was a little kid, loved gangster movies. I didn't want to grow up and be a gangster.
Majority did.
Because my parents taught me, no, son, just because you see that's not what you are.
Majority did. You know how many people that got in the drug game, not because they had to, because they were starving, just because. They were already programmed when they seeing that. And to be honest with you, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just say I know some people like that. I think we all do.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. I had 2 parents in the household. I lived in my area. I didn't need no money, but I wanted to get to the drug game.
Right. And I'm gonna say me too. So the thing is,
my mom was like, "Yo, you want to live here? You ain't sold that." And I'm like, I kind of like living in my area. Right. As I say, it's about what influences you have behind you. The negative influence, they're out here.
Did you dip and dab? Come again? Did you dip and dab?
Absolutely.
So that was the program that I'm speaking.
Yeah. That's what my mom said. No, until she found out.
You know what's wrong for you, right?
That's a good question.
Well, I wanted to add to what
I don't think as a young child I rationalized it being wrong because I don't think I had the capacity to understand that it, was wrong because I saw so many people doing this. So in my mindset, it was like, I don't know if it's wrong. I know they don't want me to do it. You understand what I'm saying? I knew they didn't want you to do it. Don't mean it's wrong.
Absolutely.
They want me to stay out late at night, but I'm like,
That was a reason for
they were playing the street. So
It's a reason for all
I
that.
understand that now, but as a 10-year-old, as 11 years old, I didn't understand.
Well, if you was 10 years old, so all right, I get that.
But
You know what I'm saying?
So, but as I said, negative influences are out here. It's up to us as parents, as mentors, as siblings, as cousins and uncles and aunts, as a family. When you see someone maybe going down that road, it's up to us to get into it. We're not getting into it.
That, but you got to remember too, man. Listen, cats know and have known. Once you get programmed, you like a robot.
That's why it's up to us to deprogram it or to stop it before
Well, that's what I'm saying, and this shit still has to stop.
Well, here's the
Because
deal.
it takes over most of it anyway. When you took on the internet and all that bullshit that's going on, that garbage, guess what happens? These kids are programmed, and guess what? Most of the parents are programmed too, and they get it from the parents.
Just stop from watching TV. Isn't that what a parent guardian job is?
That
Take the TV out the house.
The shit is on TV, brother. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to put the onus on them. I agree with you that it's systematic, though. I'm not disagreeing on that point. But I'm not going to put everything on them because
I'm just saying, brother.
I'm not going to put the majority
The
on them.
influence is there. If it wasn't there, they wouldn't even be promoting it.
The
Man.
influence is right outside this door.
Yeah, but they
The
wouldn't have
influence is in the
it on
household.
TV.
You got mothers on drugs.
They wouldn't have it on TV, man. I'm telling you. They wouldn't have it on TV. Why is it there?
We
Why is it on TV?
we only 13% of the population.
Please explain why this shit is on TV.
Because we're watching it.
Why? Why
is white
why
parents
do they-
watching?
Hold up. Listen carefully. Why do they put shit on TV and have these sisters acting like that?
Certain
Explain that to me.
Certain
Explain it to
certain
me.
channels.
Well,
It's not on own.
Well, first things first.
And what you gotta say about Oprah?
When you
Shit
got-
for the people.
When you have black women, because Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop are brought to VH1 by black women, right? Again, you have companies because they want to portray that they're being culturally diverse, right? They want to have the next Shonda Rhimes. There ain't nothing wrong with Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. Personally, the fact that all these people, white, Asian, Hindu, whatever, are coming to this black woman to fix their problems, just puts granted, yes, she was a hoe. I get it, but nonetheless, she's serving a purpose that unlike that other people that we don't get to see. You have this woman who's an attorney.
Powerful.
Again, powerful woman in a
What show
different
is this?
How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay,
Right, but here's what I'm saying to you.
lost.
Again, these companies want to feel like they're being culturally diverse. You're having black women come to them. Mona, who does Love and Hip Hop, black woman. Shawnee O'Neal, black woman, coming and saying, look, this makes for good TV. They're not going to sit there and question it. They're not going to say, was this the most culturally diverse thing for us to do? Hell no. If a black woman is selling it, they're going to buy it. Because, again, you know, because you're a black woman, what black people want to watch. And so because we're going to support you, by definition, we're going to get them down.
So you think that's good for the people?
I'm not saying it's good, but hear what I'm saying to you. I agree. Again, I'm the one who said it. It's systematic. However, it is a black person who's bringing it to the table. You know what I mean? I think about
Let me ask you this.
I think about the show Underground. I don't know if anyone's seen it on WGN, right? Love it. Right? Snoop Dogg making big to do about Underground and movies like 12 Years a Slave and all this stuff. Again, I grew up on groups. How I knew about black history and how I wanted to know more about that was watching Roots. You understand what I'm saying? That little miniseries about this man tracking his life story, generation that, you know what I mean, of his life, made me want to be more invested in my culture, made me want to learn more. You understand what I'm saying? Our kids are not growing up watching that stuff. They don't know. They used to be slaves. Your grandpappy's pappy used to be a slave. They don't know that. They don't get that. But you're not on TV making boycott, you know, Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives, but you're going to boycott Underground. That's
But
showing.
his mentality.
But do you understand what I'm saying? But hear what I'm saying to you, right? These people want to feel like they're doing the right thing by giving black people an outlet. I'm not telling you they're going about the right way. I'm just saying they want to feel like they're doing the right thing by us. And if a black person is the one that's shoveling it to them, they're gonna take it.
They don't know. The thing is this.
It's not for them to know. They want to make
At
money.
one point, they don't know.
All right, listen. This is what I'm asking. First of all, check this, right? Mona, whatever her name is, right?
Mhm.
You know that she's backed by the Europeans, right?
Uh-huh.
She would not be able to have the show if it wasn't for the Europeans. You understand that? Period. That's what any person out here, any black person out here, they're not going to be able to do it unless that European is back
Absolutely.
supporting them. And it's
Absolutely.
the reason we call that already. We know that that's the systematic thing. Well, my thing is this. I'm asking the question is, do you think that it's, how do you think it affects our people?
I do think, again, if you have households where it's ratchetness raising ratchetness, then it's a negative. Again, I agree with Brother Obadiah. Parents need to be parents. I critique everything my child watches. She's 7. So it's no, you can go to my sister's house and she will still pick up the phone and say, Mom, Lucas watches such and such. Can I watch that? That's how I have her raised. She don't download an app. She don't go on a computer. She don't touch the TV remote without calling me or coming to me if I'm in the house and saying, is this okay? It's rated this.
However, we're a small percentage, is what I'm
No,
saying.
and I hear what you're
So
saying,
if it's a large
but again,
percentage,
But that's the
it's negatively influencing our people.
I'm
That's what
not
getting at.
not
You have to
disagreeing
raise the
with
percentage.
you.
That's the
I'm not
thing.
disagreeing with you.
That's what I'm
But
getting
it's
at, though.
twofold.
You know
But
what I
it's twofold.
How you
It's
figure-
got to be the household
Mhm.
that's holding their kids and the standard of their household accountable. That's one. But the other two is we can't have our own kind shoveling that through the door.
That's what I'm getting
But
at.
again, if they're shoveling it, it's not the white person's not going to take it off. He's not,
That's right.
because he's all about making money.
That's what I'm getting at.
You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying? Again, that's her mentality. She's come. Listen, all jokes aside, she's coming from popping out a few babies, looking cute at a game at the front. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Shawnee. You know what I'm saying? And she living a high life. When her husband got tired of that, or she got whatever, however it broke down. I don't know, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? However it broke down. Now she's like, okay, clearly, hey, he ain't playing basketball no more, so the money ain't coming in
Oh,
like
man.
that.
No. Let me just say something.
What?
Let me just say something.
What?
That brother Shaquille, yo, he's an avid business owner.
Oh, I'm not
Hold up.
disagreeing
So
with
check it
that.
out. He's probably getting more money now than he was.
I'm not
back.
saying. but
So she's not going to
again-
ever starve.
Again,
Because she got
no,
what?
She had 5.
Five?
Five.
Get the fuck
She
out
had
of here.
5. Hear what I'm saying
Come
to
on.
you. But hear what I'm
Come
saying
on.
to you. I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is the money, because again, what she could touch at that time. He's making money hand over fist, probably again, more than he was in the NBA. But a lot of that money she can't touch. They divorced. You feel what I'm saying to you? Which is another reason why he's come close to jumping in the room and then pull back. You understand what I'm saying? She's now got to figure out, how am I going to keep that money flowing? Because the kids going to grow up. They're not requiring as much money as they used to require for you to have to shell out. You know what I mean? So in that, she shoveled what she thought made sense, because her perspective, her viewpoint was this. That's what she could bring to the table. You shop what you know. She's been a basketball wife for this long. She knows how many of them chicks trying to sleep with her man because they're trying to be her.
You're killing the people, though.
Again, drugs kill people
Fuck
every
that.
day.
What that got to do with it?
That doesn't mean that they don't want that man or that woman down the street.
Black reality
See
TV.
what I'm saying? Black people are killing black people all day long, every day.
Slow down. Listen.
It don't make it right. It's what is true.
Listen, that's understood. We're talking about truth. I'm asking everybody here, do you think that this is beneficial to our people or a detriment? Is where I'm getting at.
It's a detriment.
That's what I'm getting at.
We all agree on
we
that, though,
agree,
Si.
though.
That's not it.
We
But
agree with that.
I think there was a disagreement with the minutia, with Brother Si saying that it's the programming and that it's being promoted by people that don't look like us. And you on the other end, Stacey, you said that it's her. Like we're feeding ourselves poison. We're actually creating the poison now to put in our heads. What I wanted to interject on a couple of times is, even if, like what we did with Brother O'Dyer, watch our kids, make sure our kids watch more appropriate things on TV. Even if not as many African Americans made those negative programs for us to watch. The issue is we're only 11 to 13% of the population. There's a market that wants to see that. They want
We're not
to
gonna
see
watch
us
it.
like that. And that market is, as Brother Sai says, they don't look like us.
No, I don't
So they
agree.
want to see that. They want to perpetuate that because one, it's ratings for them. There's money in their pocket. And then it serves an auxiliary motive as it portrays an image that police officers look at and they say, this is how black folk act. So when they stop your young man on the street, they know what to expect. Or they think they know what to expect. Or when they stop women now. At one point, we knew that African American women didn't get like that in the 70s. I didn't see that often. Yeah, where you will address a man like you're a man. And then the police is going to deal with you like a man. So, I mean,
I don't disagree with you.
it's a market for that.
What you got, Monique? Let me go get to you, brother.
I'm good. I'm simple.
No,
Start
no,
at
no,
home.
no, no, no.
That's just start at home.
Come on, sis.
Let the church say amen.
Yeah. Anything else, sexy?